So that's a lot of like computer mechanisms going on in your brain all at one moment to make the correct decision.
Definitely optimized play, but here we are, Vim and Lores versus Sack and Kyna. Here we go. This is going to be loser semis to figure out who gets to go to losers finals and try to make that run into grand finals. Kyna losing the stock already. No, the save off of the chase dodge.
So here's one thing that's really interesting about Kyna and Sack is they've always kind of been, and really most times when Kyna ends up playing with a teammate, is they play the same characters. Double Bodvar team, we saw the double Akuma earlier today. Now we have a double Teros, which is interesting because we aren't seeing too much Hammer being the choice for a lot of different players.
Yeah, the Hammer is definitely not a big-time choice as of late, and I understand it's gotten some work over, right? But it's still really good. Either way it goes, nice down signature from Sack to get that stock out of there, and the blue team still in the lead, but Vim in danger. Nice chase, though. Wow.
Figured out what position he was in, figured out which position his opponents were in, and really just turned that into that excellently placed recovery taken off the top. Blue team is definitely going to be in the lead here in a pretty good spot, even though they're staring down the barrel at two Teroses on a very small map. Like this is a 1v1 map that has all of a sudden been turned into a 2v2 map, and you're going up against two Teroses. You're not afraid. You're controlling the space. You're in the lead. You're finding early KOs, and you're not getting KO'd early.
That is a good look for the blue team, but this can turn around quickly. Look at them, both on red, and Kyna has been swinging that axe. I'm talking, it's dangerous. Anywhere you go, you can catch one of those neutralites at any given moment. Bop, bop, one more time. I think he's landed like 8 of those in the past 20 seconds.
It has been a lot of them. They have been effective. You saw we've seen a couple follow-ups that probably should have been hits that ended up being misses. I don't know if they've just been waiting and they need a little bit of warm-up time, but some of the follow-ups have been a little bit slow, a little bit lacking. Now we end up having a 2-stock versus 2-stock game, but it's Kyna with 2 stocks to his name and then 1 each on Vim 10 Kilo and Lores.
Just shy, wasn't going to be able to make it anyway. Lores was ready with the ground pound. Even if he decided to go towards stage, he would have been spiked into the deep depths of the map. Here we go. He's got the hammer. I don't know how I feel about a hammer trying to fight 2 axes, and it's looking just like how I feel it would.
I don't know how I feel about any of Kyna's options fighting into 2 of these players, because like if you're looking for hammer, you're going to put yourself into recovery every time you get a hit. If you're looking for max damage output, stomp side air, the opponent has so much time to react to your stomp side air as it's happening. And especially if they're healthy, you have to do so many moves correctly. Everything else you do has to be correct. They have to make a bunch of mistakes. So that was all but an unwinnable situation for Kyna. Couldn't take it out. That was a victory for the blue team, and we're already seeing a Sack character swap.
That's definitely what would have had to happen. A lot of mistakes on the other side. You would have had to, he would have had to put the movement on display and kind of try to make them hit each other while hurting him, and then you go for those Teros KOs. That's a really tough clutch situation. But now, let's see if the red team can keep that from happening and get themselves in the lead.
Now, the axe was looking pretty good from Kyna last game. Definitely better than what we really saw from the hammer. I want to look, okay, it looks like the numbers are not coming in, unfortunately, to actually confirm whether or not that's true. But the hammer, normally I would say go for the Bodvar.
Yeah.
But since the hammer wasn't necessarily working last game, maybe you don't go for the Bodvar. Maybe you stay on this. Maybe you swap to another axe character if you're Kyna, because I feel like the Teros stuff that you would do when you're playing Teros wasn't really a game changer.
No, not at all. And it was crazy because they were playing Teros very well.
Yep.
The axe was going to work. Like you said, the hammer wasn't really putting on the show, but Kyna's axe was crazy, and Sack was doing a great job of following up with him, and they were getting good damage. But look at this, off the side of the stage, Sack gonna lose the stock. Sayer from Vim almost got Kyna, but wow, no chase at all. Neither player of blue team went over there to secure that stock, and now we have Kyna putting in work, almost able to get Lores off the right side, but he gets Vim right before losing this first stock.
We'll see, Neutralite comes out. Yo! Getting a little bit greedy with that turnaround down signature, hoping he could catch a grounded approacher with that little scoop that reaches down. didn't end up landing, led to a punish and the stock loss for Lores when they're already behind. It's 4 stocks to 3, definitely in favor of the red team.
Definitely in favor of the red team at this moment. Look at their stocks. We already have Lores on 1. You've got Vim over there doing some work right now, but sitting on red, especially right after getting hit by that. Almost, yeah, about 2 more hits. One more hit,
big
and
side
that's
air.
the stock.
Nice!
That was
Didn't
clean.
quite lead to the KO. I think it might have been a little bit too far to the right of the stage. When you send it those like upper 45-degree angles, that's essentially like the furthest vector that you can possibly send to a blast zone. So usually if those don't have a lot of strength on them, they can be tough to KO with unless you built up a ton of damage on your opponent.
Definitely, definitely. But it was still a really good look.
Absolutely.
Lores is out of there.
Yep.
I was going to say Lores is on high damage, but that's the stop. That's the end of it. Vim, going to have to try to hold this down, but look at this glass of water. It's a tall boy, ain't it?
And he's trying to take a sip. Started off, took one big gulp, didn't choke on it just yet. Took a second gulp, didn't choke on it just yet. Vim is not quite coughing. We're seeing a lot of stomps coming out from Kyna. He's stomping the yard. I don't know how effective it's going to be, but we'll see if they can clean this one up. That was a interesting choice to follow up that high in the air.
I'm going to tell you, he's definitely stomping the yard, and there goes Chris Brown. The movie is over.
Kyna and Sack are going to take that one. I wonder if we'll still go back to that map, because we did see some kind of stock extension. I don't know if it was necessarily early KOs, but there was one stock where Kyna got sent all the way to the left side because he was hit from the right. Still ended up living on that one. So I think any of like the tininess that comes from that map where like lower defense or lower strength legends might be able to KO as quickly as a Teros. That didn't seem to come into play, so we might end up going to another stage. I didn't quite get a chance to see, and yes, we are going to another stage.
I'm looking at this. I'm trying to see who this favors. I know Teros is going to have a good time with the hammer because you can play that upper level of that plat on the side and make some decisions from there.
Okay.
And I think that Teros is going to be able to make some good plays with his 2 different ground pounds with these 2 weapons, be able to come off or choose to do weapon throws off the top of that. So either way, I don't know. I don't know. This looks good.
I think if we're talking about like extensions from the ground, like if you're on the main platform and want to extend your combo or your string onto the soft platforms, it's going to favor Axe, but it's also going to favor the spear that Lores is bringing to the table with this Bryn pick. If we're talking about extensions that start on the soft platform, if you pick up a D-Light side air on sword like Sack just did, might find KOs a little bit earlier. If you're raising that up on the soft platform, D-Light recoveries might KO a little bit earlier, like we also just saw from Sack. Appreciate those 2 perfect examples of what I wanted to lay out there for everyone.
I'm going to say, man, Sparky, go ahead and talk to these people, man. Educate them. I called you a professor yesterday. You didn't like it, but you're doing it right now. You're teaching.
It's real easy when I have beautiful examples, textbook gameplay right in front of us. We are tied 1-1 in this set so far. As we get in further into this game 3, just about a little bit over a minute into this one, Sack the only person still living on this first stock. Everybody else around the same damage. Kyna's taking a little bit more. That Axe side air from the wrong side of the stage isn't going to lead to an edge guard situation or a KO or anything like that. Getting back to the stage, hammer in hand, going to be looking to swing big.
Did Kyna just do he did D-Light gravity cancel side light?
Kind of just be going for some weird stuff, and that's why Kyna's my favorite hammer to watch. Not necessarily my favorite hammer to root for because some of the options are a little bit interesting sometimes.
Yeah.
But definitely my favorite hammer to watch.
That was some good stuff. I like it. It makes it fresh, crisp. But here we go. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, it's not looking crisp for the red team. They are in danger out on the side of the stage. You're the one at the damage deficit, and you're still out there coming to party with them. Well, damage deficit, but not stock deficit. You are going to lose the stock of Lores, but Vim's still here, ready to party. Bam!
I think Sack has picked up all 3 KOs so far, but Kyna, oh my goodness, taken out of the game very early compared to virtually everybody else. Sack still has 2 stocks. Vim 10 kilos still has 2 stocks. Lores barely even in yellow on this final stock. So this is going to be a very long, drawn-out grind for Sack. He's going to do his best. Every time he hits Vim 10 kilo, gives him so much time to put damage onto Lores.
That sword play was clean. Wow.
They dipped.
How low can you go?
He threw out that ground pound and was like, yeah, that's all I'm willing to commit against Sack here. I don't want to get grabbed and sent down and get clipped and put on Twitter.com.
Oh, see, okay, so you said they dipped as in they ran away. I thought you were talking about how he dipped low.
No, man, Sack was the one dipping low down there.
Yeah.
He was singing Sweet and Low, Sweet Chariot all the way down there, almost off screen.
All right, everyone down on their final stock. The sword play from Sack has been really, really good right now. I feel like either player, when they approach him one-on-one, has been getting sliced and diced. Nice air from Vim. Comes off the side there. Ooh, backs off. All right, I like it. You take him back up there with your teammate. You did the damage you needed.
He went for the D-Light, waited for the dodge because he knew Lores was going to come in, saved the dodge for the punish from Lores. That was incredible. Lores ended up hitting his team. They look like a Jackie Chan fight.
Yes.
Whoa, got to see that in slow motion. Even though they lost, I got to see that in slow motion.
700 damage from Sack. Did a great job for the team. And, I mean, kind of got taken out a little early on. It was just unable to take a lot of damage. Here we go. Here's your replay. Badass.
Nice side air. Dude, they were just anytime he was on the wall.
Look at this ground pound. This into the weapon throw. That's what this is. Watch this.
Anytime Sack was on the wall, they just, like, didn't want to mess with him. And it's like, it's because of this right now. What that save, though?
That save was crazy.
Oh, my gosh.
I didn't get to mention it. We were talking about too much other stuff. But, man, I saw that, and I was like, woo-wee. That's some team play. Lores, that was on point. And then you go on this part right here. You look back, the dip low.
Yep.
They dipped out.
Yep.
Come back at it again. Lores said, I'm coming down there, man. I don't know where you think you're going.
He said you got one. You got one. You're not going to get that again. Come on, man. Wow, dude, Kyna taken out of that game. Kyna basically lasted half of the game with 3 stocks, taken out so early from that. And we're going yet again to a different stage. We're seeing a soft platform, but this one's going to be a little bit higher, and it's only going to be 1.
At this point, I don't think either team cares where they go.
I would agree with you on that.
You know, I think that's what's going on.
I would agree with you on that. Given we've seen so many different maps in terms of like 2 soft platforms that are really towards the edge, some maps with tiny sidewalls, some maps with normal sidewalls, a small map, a big map, all over the place.
Yeah, there's no reason to the rock is what I'm trying to get at. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
I know they know what Lores is saying because that Spear is talking. Even though Lores has the highest damage, Lores has been jumping from character to character, doing some good damage, getting put out to the side. Sack, nice combination. Lores, I'm scared for him. Oh, you got Sack out there on the side. Both of them tried the ground pound, no good. Oh my gosh, and Vim had no more resources to even attempt to get back to the stage.
A little bit of a jump side air coming out from Sack. Wires are crossed on the red team, but Wires also got crossed on the blue team as Vim Tequila was going to ground pound Lores. I swear I thought I was just looking at like one of my 2v2 games because I swear anytime I go for a ground pound off the stage, that's a magnet for my teammate, 100%.
Oh, yeah, facts. I know how you feel. I was talking about weapon throws earlier. It's homing. It's always going to hit the zip. But right now, I mean, we have one of the best throwable weapons in the game. We got the lance in the hand. Vim. He ain't gonna toss it yet, but I'll tell you who's throwing hands. Kyna is throwing the things with this Akuma pick. Nice job. Got the KO on Sack off the top, but here we go. Kyna trying to see what he can do with this new pick. Gets 1 KO out of there. That was not Kyna, that was Sack. They get that over the top. Oh my gosh, as soon as I started bigging up Kyna, I wanted to see him throw the hands with the gauntlets, and he just started getting tossed around and not landing any hits.
I think he might be worried about the range, which, like, I mean, you're picking a gauntlet character. Like, you made this choice. You made your bed. You're going to have to lay in it. Sword play, hopefully coming in from Kyna. We saw low damage from Kyna last game. Part of that was because Kyna just hardly existed in the game, but 308 damage from a Teros player. That is rough. Now swapping over onto the Akuma, of course, the Val. So we have a double Val yet again. It's not double Akuma, though, so a little bit of a different skin choice aesthetically for this red team. But we also have the Olgrim pick. We have a little bit of a different skin as well. No, that's actually going to be the same skin coming out from Vim Tequila.
Okay, the down air was not enough to get the KO, and now you're going to lose both your player stocks and get semi-even game. Blue team looking good. They can still pull this out, even though they're low on damage here. They've got the weapons. Oh my gosh, nice neutral signature coming out from Sack. He's landed a good bit of those.
Kyna and Sack are in the lead on this one, and they need a victory here to push it to a Game 5 situation. Otherwise, they're going to be going home in 4th place, and Vim Tequila and Lores will be moving on to that elimination finals. They're in pretty good position to force this into a Game 5. Vim Tequila going for the big play. Kyna, nice sword neutral light, didn't push too far. In came Sack, follows up with the side air, gets the KO. D-Light side air, Sack gets the double KO, pushing it to a Game 5 situation. Again, Kyna putting out some lower damage numbers, but Sack is here.
Sack is here. Sack is doing the thing. whatever you need. Sack's got it. Nice with the side air. And then, here we go. Wait a second. You've seen it once. How about twice? Clean up both those stocks for the team.
You saw him move in, come just off the stage, dodge back, so he didn't end up getting a dash instead of the dodge. That ended up leading to like the sort of mix-up in pacing as the blue team thought that was going to be immediate pressure. A hit was going to come out, a hitbox that you got to worry about. No, just changing up that timing a little bit so you can then hit the D-Light, get the side air, end up getting the KO, forcing this Game 5 situation. Sack and Kyna were going back. These two soft platforms on this map. Big neutral signature. Vim10Kilo's been looking for some of those signature options. Hasn't found too many of them on the Axe.
Yeah, Vim really has not landed too many signatures, but oh, here they come. You know what? I like this. You want to change the game plan up here in the closing round. You're trying to throw those bad boys out. You know they can get KOs early, and your team really needs that, especially when you're the ones getting damaged the most. So if you can get a quick robbery, then that might be the answer to get you guys started in this final game.
Now, even though on the Kyna Sack team, like, Kyna is definitely the player that we've seen deeper in bracket, definitely has a more successful 1v1 career than Sack does. But so far in this set, Sack has really been carrying so much of the weight for this team. We gotta put some praise onto Sack for this one.
Put some respect on his name. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
All right, here we go. Sack trying to get back on stage, still living on that first life. Wants to get Lores out of there and create the true lead. But right now, it's still fairly even. Bam! And Sack is going to lose that first. Lores, the blue team, the team that took the initial lead in the set, is up now. Right there, instantly, Kyna got that stock off of Lores. Tied back up.
Kyna's really damaged, though, and that's very interesting going in this one, because Kyna is PR3. Look at everyone else in the game. Sack PR12, Vim10Kilo PR13, Lores PR14. So 3 players all in the same range, and they're playing better than the person who is PR3. Looking at Kyna Ackerman, I don't know if this is maybe an off day for Kyna. I don't know if the blue team is just completely bullying Kyna Ackerman out of these games.
I'm gonna tell you, man, it kind of doesn't matter what your PR is when you get this high in the bracket.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody met you here and you're both on the elimination side, I don't think they care at all what your PR is.
This is Vim10Kilo and Lores coming into this one saying, I'm playing against a player, I'm not playing against a number.
Exactly. But Sack has definitely been the star of the show.
Oh, yeah.
You cannot lose Kyna right now. That is what I'm trying to say. You got Sack doing his thing. But if he loses Kyna, I'm not going to pull for a clutch. But this game is definitely doable. They're going to have to choose who they want to get out of there or let the game come to them. But I feel like you need to target somebody. Sack trying to target Lores on the side of the stage, but nice job with a weapon toss-up and recover behind it and make the weapon fall down to keep it safe.
Oh, that charged up signature. That's going to give the blue team time to put pressure onto Kyna, because I think they had the same goal in mind that you did as well. Kyna wasn't going for too many offstage plays, wasn't taking too many risks. He would get a hit or two, move back to the middle of the stage. Oh, he's going to fall. He was trying to stay as far away from the blast zones as possible by holding center stage, but then all of a sudden that charged signature completely split the red team up. That gave the blue team the opening they needed. They took Kyna out of the game. Side signature. We have a 1v1 situation. Sack v Vim10Kilo here in Game 5. This determines who places 4th and who gets to keep playing.
Vim has been playing great. I like the swap over to the Lance. That has been the better weapon throughout the set. But the sword of Sack has been the answer. It's pizza time, baby. We're going to Grand Finals.
Cap, Sack coming in. Oh my gosh. Yes, it's going to be the Elimination Finals coming up. Sack took so much responsibility on his shoulders towards the end of that game. That beautiful neutral signature coming.